Good evening. You're with Blueprint Explosive Exclusive. I'm Madhavdas G. After clearing the Lok Sabha hurdle, the government's WAQF reform bill is now being debated in the upper house. While the government has been fierce and factual in busting opposition's agenda of fakery and fear-mongering, whether it's about non-Muslims interfering in religious practices, or mosques and dargahs being snatched, or retrospective implementation, nothing has stopped the opposition from letting vote bank compulsions becoming the only guiding principle for their criticism. Now, clearly outnumbered inside the parliament, the pro-Waqf brigade has gone back to resorting to what has been dubbed as the CA toolkit by the BJP. Clerics like Maulana Kalbe Jawad and politicians like Abu Azmi are warning of consequences politically in terms of votes for parties that are voting in favor of the reform, and socially in terms of protests on the streets.
मुस्लिम समाज के लोग जो है स्वागत कर रहे हैं,
वो दलाल हैं वो लोग जो हैं दलाली कर रहे हैं, कुछ मिल जाते, कुछ टुकड़े मिल जाते होंगे वो लोग को। हर समाज में ऐसे होता है कि हम क्या हमारे समाज में नहीं थे क्या ऐसे लोग? हमारे समाज में ऐसे लोग, हमारे समाज में आपके समाज में ऐसे लोग थे। टीपू सुल्तान को मरवाने वाला कौन था? आप सोचिए ना, ऐसे बहुत लोग हैं। मैंने कहा ना कि मैं इंडिविजुअल कोई तय करने वाला नहीं होता हूँ। हमारी लीडरशिप, हमने कहा ना कि मुस्लिम पर्सनल बोर्ड, जमात इस्लामी, जमातुल उलमा और जो दीगर हैं वो लोग सर जोड़ कर बैठेंगे। जो भी हुक्म देंगे, मुझे लगता है देश के वो लोग जो इस बिल के अपोज में खड़े होंगे।
नीतीश जी ने और नायडू जी ने गद्दारी नहीं की, ये जुम्मे थे मेरे, गद्दारी नहीं की तो ये बिल पास नहीं होगा, लेकिन उन्होंने गद्दारी की। और हम क्या समझते हैं कि मुसलमान और सेकुलर जो कौमें हैं वो कभी इस गद्दारी को भूलेंगी नहीं, और इंशाअल्लाह इनको सजा दी जाएगी इस गद्दारी की जो उन्होंने की है। इलेक्शन में सजा दी जाएगी इनको, लिहाजा वो भूल जाएंगे अब आइंदा गद्दारी करना। ऐसी सजा उनको मिलेगी इलेक्शन में कि आइंदा गद्दारी करना भूल जाएंगे वो।
All right, let's take this across to our guest now. Anuja Kapoor is BJP spokesperson. Joining us is also Krishna Hegde, Shiv Sena spokesperson. With us is Dr. Syed Hafiz, DMK spokesperson. Professor Atikur Rahman, Islamic scholar, is also with us. Let me begin with you. And Syed Hafiz, simple question. The point is that now it appears that political parties are being threatened. There is all sorts of fear-mongering happening, that they will either not get any of the Muslim votes or there will be protests on the streets. Do you think that this is the correct way forward, particularly when Parliament is debating a bill extensively and then leading to its passage?
The problem with the debate is it is illogical. That is the problem. They say that the bill has gone through JPC, but none of the recommendations from the opposition will be considered in the JPC. That is one thing. I was listening to JP Nadda's statement in Rajya Sabha. It's so misleading. Why do you need a work board in an Islamic government? That is the argument, that is the logic that the BJP president is giving in the Rajya Sabha, and nobody is criticizing it. Why do you need a Waqf board when the government is non-secular? It is an Islamic. So the entire activity of the Waqf board is done by the state government. You cannot have that comparison of Turkey, Indonesia with India. So nobody is questioning that. Now, for the point, it is a constitutional problem. As far as the DMK is concerned, the Chief Minister categorically said that we will fight it in the Supreme Court. So I don't understand why this question is being put on the DMK. And for the argument, it is the same. Why do you need a non-Muslim to come into the matters, even for administration? If that is the case, if BJP believes that secularism can be achieved by bringing non-Muslims into this bill, then I think it should open. I think
three questions that you posed, Anuja Kapoor. Please respond to them.
Jai Shri Ram. I would also ask a question to him, sir. Who is Azam Khan? Do you know who is he? He's a leader of Samajwadi Party. Do you know who is Farhad Hakim? 2013, Azam Khan was made a chairman of Mahakumbh. He was not a Hindu, okay? And Farhad Hakim, sir, stop it. Farhad Hakim, he was the chairman of Tara Keshwar Development. I know mirche lag rahi hai. It's okay. Tara Keshwar Development, and he was.
One by one, please. No. Nobody interrupted you.
I know.
Mr. Hafiz, no one interrupted you. Please allow the same courtesy to other panelists. One by one.
I know, sir.
Yeah.
I know, sir. So, it's okay. So Farhad Hakim and Azam Khan, they both were non-Hindus, and they were the part of Mahakumbh chairman and Tara Keshwar Development. So the people who are just doing a lip service, we are the people who walk the talk. Very soon, Modi ji government is going to give Eid to all our Muslim brothers and sisters. We are the ones who talk and walk on the ground. We are in favor of you, not against of you. We are the ones who talk about Sabka Saath and Sabka Vikas.
Okay.
When they talk about Hindu and Muslim, they are the ones who are dividing it. In 2013, they divided again the Muslims from Muslims. The Waqf board has come down in their revenue system. Have you seen? Then they talk about there is no statistics of any kind of a favor of a welfare.
Anuja Kapoor has cited two examples, but Dr. Hafiz, the point is that whether it is the Bodh Gaya temple over there, where there are 4 Hindus and 4 Buddhists present, whether it is the Amarnath Yatra, where there are non-Hindus present in the shrine board there as well, there are several examples across the country of different communities, representatives being there, because this is more of an administrative role. It is not so much of a religious function that is being imparted.
No, so the half truth is that the RSS opposed Azam Khan for being a part of the Kumbh. I think you should also put that question. This is the hypocrisy that we are talking. If Azam Khan was a part of the Hindu Kumbh, the RSS has a problem. But indulging non-Muslims into the Muslim trust is secular. Then I think you should accept the hypocrisy of the RSS in 2013. It is said in the organizer. Madam, be patient. Listen please. I am quoting RSS. I am talking fact. I am talking fact.
One by one, yeah.
Because
No, RSS opposed it. You categorically did not tell that side of the story. You just said Azam Khan was there. Azam Khan was there, and it was RSS who said there is a problem. Why should a Muslim come and be a part of the Kumbh? So that is their hypocrisy that we have to expose. And
what about Bodh Gaya? What about the other examples? One by one. 1 second, let's go one by one. Anuja, just one by one. What about Amarnath Shrine Board? Dr. Hafiz, one by one. We'll go one by one. Everybody will get a turn. There are others who are here to speak as well. Dr. Hafiz,
asked me 3 questions.
Dr. Hafiz, what about Bodh Gaya? What about other places like Amarnath Shrine Board?
Ask the BJP spokesperson, what about RSS stand and Kumbh Mela? Why did they oppose Azam Khan then, and why they are supporting a non-Muslim into Waqf board?
What about Tarkeshwar, sir?
I think I'm fighting with 3 panelists here.
No, one by one. Let's go one by one. Answer the question.
What are you fighting about?
No. I am asking you a question where the BJP had a stand of not allowing Muslims into Kumbh Mela, has changed its stand. So that is the primary question. It is this BJP which is bringing a law to go back into their work.
Anuja Kapoor. Okay, quick response from Anuja, and then I go across to others. Quick response, Anuja Kapoor.
I would only ask them one thing, where you have not allowed the tribunals to go ahead to Supreme Court and High Court. Now DMK will go to Supreme Court. What kind of a joke this is? So for you want to go back to the Supreme Court and talk about this bill. But for the Waqf board, you did not allow them in 2013. That was the biggest mistake you made. And you did not allow them to go from the tribunal to anywhere else. You should also stay to the tribunals for all the other stuffs. I would only ask you people, why is it that you hate Hindus so much? Why is it? We are the ones who collide together. We do things together. Triple Talaq was the one which got in repellment by Modi government.
Okay.
Why are you?
Let me bring in others now. Professor Atikur Rahman, big question over here is this, that, whatever may be the politics surrounding this, that's the one matter. But here we are looking at a situation where there are parties which are threatening to boycott those who have supported the bill. There are political parties who have taken a position and they are saying that this is a reform that is much necessary. Even some of those speaking on the opposition side said, yes, reform is necessary. So if the basic concept of a reform is agreed upon by both the sides, then why play this kind of divisive politics? Professor Atikur Rahman.
This is so soothing to hear that reforms are in favor of the Muslim community. All the backwards, all the people who are in the Muslim community, so far they didn't got any hospitals. Even in the Rajya Sabha, Madhav, I heard today that train में नमाज पढ़नी पड़ती है मुसलमानों को इतनी जमीन होने के बाद में. So let us take it for granted positively this government is speaking the truth. Now people want me to believe this government who cannot tolerate Madhav one single Aligarh Muslim University's minority status, which has been challenged by them tooth and nail in the Supreme Court. You want us to believe on this government? Secondly, the Pasmandas, the backward Muslims who have not been, earning out of anything, they are going to get rich. Who is ensuring? Anurag Thakur, who has already told me that I am a traitor और इस गद्दार को गोली मार देनी चाहिए. I should believe a prime minister who assumes me to be a घुसपैठिया, ज्यादा बच्चे पैदा करने वाला और कांग्रेस हिंदुओं से सारी चीजें लेके मुझको देने वाली है.
No, I think
ये सरकार को this prime minister should have believed, Madhav.
Okay. But I will only say this much, Professor Atikur Rahman, that, you are, I think, taking many contexts and bringing them together. Each of those statements, while they are definitely controversial statements, they have generated a huge amount of heat, politically speaking. But I think clubbing them together is also doing a disservice in the context in which they were made. But nevertheless, Krishna Hegde, respond to that. This is a government that has taken positions which are against the position of Muslims on many occasions in the past, some of them being cited here by the previous speaker. And that's why we don't have faith in this government to do the right thing. Your response?
Although it is, astonishing that WAQF properties in Turkey, Saudi, Iran, Indonesia managed by the government. But here in India, if the government wants to manage WAQF properties, they have a problem. Secondly, let me tell you, I'll give you some data. At the end of the 12th century, the WAQF board had 2 villages in India, only 2 villages. At the end of 2013, they had 18 lakh acres. At the end of now in 2025, they have plus 38 lakh acres, which comes to almost 40 odd lakh acres. You are the second biggest landlord in the third biggest landlord in the country after the military and the army, military and the railways, which are both governed by the government. And you don't want to come under the government. You want to be more powerful than the judiciary and take over all properties, including temples, and you think that we should not say anything. Thirdly, let me tell you, what is the government saying? The government is saying we want to bring transparency, we want to have paperwork, we want to do an audit, and we want to streamline and do a course correction of whatever wrong has happened. So what is your problem in life? If now with the parliament, whether it is the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha, if we are going to sail through and win both in the Lok Sabha and the Rajya Sabha, which we are going to, this, you should understand, this country is governed by a constitution.
Okay. Professor Atikur Rahman,
no board.
Yeah. And Professor Atikur Rahman, are you in favor of those political parties which say, like the SDPI, that there will be Shaheen Bagh-like protests across the country? Is that what you are saying is correct and justified now?
I will completely justify any protest which is constitutional and without any violence. And the government is throwing it, just putting us in the dock. What is the option before us? The Supreme Court is our last hope. The High Court is our last hope. After the judiciary, if the government cannot satisfy us, we will move on to the streets, Madhav. Hasn't this been done by the BJP government earlier? Today, if something goes wrong in Bengal, West Bengal, the BJP people are on the streets.
Even Shaheen Bagh?
Same protest rights.
Even Shaheen Bagh, despite knowing fully well what the Supreme Court has to say about it?
Of course, yes. Why not? Shaheen Bagh was the most peaceful protest in the history
yes,
of this
but that
world.
also happened to be a protest where the Supreme Court had observed that when it comes to protesting and enforcing one's rights peacefully, that's perfectly fine. But it cannot impinge on the rights of other citizens. I'm sure you would be aware of what the courts had to say.
Yes, we will not be impinging. It's an assurance from my side. We will not be infringing the rights of any individual, any Indian citizen. We will show the government's position. The citizens have a right to protest. The government is, duty bound to explain its position, why they want to curb our constitutional rights. The minority rights...
Anuja Kapoor wants to respond to you on that. Anuja Kapoor, quick response.
Yes. I just want to give him a quick response. He's a professor. He should know that the 7-judge bench of Supreme Court, 4.3 majority. Aligarh Muslim University was not a minority institution. And you also know that was an encroachment from the Muslims. From there, the Hindus, Muslim, Christian, Sikh in the side, all people used to come. They all used to come, sir, in Aligarh University. So please don't hijack the debates by giving false narratives. Don't hijack the debates. It was done by the Supreme Court, and we went just for For
The
everybody,
judgment is
because
not out,
Aligarh
Madhav.
University was for everybody. Now, when we talk about Shaheen Bagh is unconstitutional. That
The
is also Supreme Court has told.
status of
Now,
an
now the
character
second thing is
still pending in the Supreme Court, Madhav.
2013. This bill of 2013 Waqf Board has come back to the same parliament where it was being made. So, what is unconstitutional? The JPC, we had the
This is
majority.
the
We would have passed
majoritarian
it.
hegemony.
We have not. We did not
Madhav,
pass
this
it,
is
sir.
the BJP
Okay.
Sir.
Okay,
I would
okay.
just say that
Hegemony.
it is for the
This
as
we
I can
need
very
to
well see,
highlight
sir. You are
only
not
on
in
the
the benefit.
streets.
Okay, Atikur Rahman, quick response. Atikur Rahman. One by one. See, when you both speak over each other, we can't make out what each of you are saying. Atikur Rahman, please.
This is their majoritarian hegemony. They want to rule this country only on the basis of one nation, one poll, one everything, one party system. And this is not good for the entire.
Professor Atikur Rahman, may I ask you a question? May I ask you a question, sir? One second. Anuja, please, requesting others also. Professor Atikur Rahman, why is it that the CBCI, the Kerala Bishops Conference, that even the Sajjad Nasreen of Ajmer Sharif, why are they all also coming out to welcome this reform? Are they all wrong then?
They are all right, Madhav. By the same logic, when the Ram Mandir was getting inaugurated, so many high sort of priests came out in criticism of the Modi government. Were they wrong? They said that what the government is doing is wrong.
Krishna Hegde, quick response. Krishna Hegde, is there a comparison to be made between the Ram temple and this?
No, they have a problem with the abrogation of Article 370. They have a problem with Ram Mandir. They have a problem with CAA. They have a problem with everything. Now the government has given you transparency. They have said the union minister will be there on the board. There will be 3 MPs. There will be a non-Muslim. There will be 2 ladies from the Muslim community. There will be 2 other representatives from the Muslim community. There will be a separate Shia board. There will be a separate, Aga Khani board. There will be a separate Bori board. What is your problem?
All right.
If the government is doing so many transparency,
Krishna Hegde, we'll have to leave it there. I'm sorry I'm intervening. Krishna Hegde, Anuja Kapoor, as well as Professor Atikur Rahman and Dr. Saeed Hafiz. I'd like to thank all of you for joining us on this debate. And it's going to be another midnight debate today in the Rajya Sabha as well. Yesterday, of course, the proceedings going well past 2 o'clock in the morning. Tonight as well, that's what's expected. And quick